Hey there folks, Pliskin by 51mm. I hope y'all had a good 4th of July. I know I did. Went out to my grandparents and me and my cousins and uncles blew hell off the hinges like we always do. I have footage of that up shortly. I also did some fireworks here. Had a good time. Really didn't shoot no firearms per se. I've been carrying my CZ75 SPO1. It's over there on the table, and carrying it's not been that bad of a problem. But I'm doing this video in regards to the bull crap that's happened here in the last couple days. What is today? The 5th, something to that effect. But some very interesting things have occurred. None of them good for the Second Amendment. First one was that mass shooting in Chicago. Naturally, Chicago is a mini Vietnam. You have gun fights and basically street battles every night between local gangs there most of the time. South side Chicago. I don't really know where all of that, like on what side of Chicago, but there's a lot of death, a lot of killing, a lot of criminals obtaining firearms illegally and using them for purposes of harming other people. But then they had that mass shooting it was in Chicago, but it was on a float. I don't know what, or like in the parade, the 4th of July parade and all that, and I don't know what weapon he used, probably an AR-15, and he was on the rooftop. But what I'm getting at here is naturally when the Senate and the House come back into session. I think they're in recess right now, at least I think. I haven't been really keeping up on political bullshit lately. If my questioning what I'm talking about is coming from, I'm just kind of skimmed the surface. I'm watching a lot of Guns and Gadgets and some other places, and they kind of talk about this here and there. So what I'm getting at is when the Senate and the House come back into session, they're going to use that mass shooting in Chicago as more fuel for gun control, because they is actually able to get the red flag laws and stuff through, even though there's been a lot of wins for the Second Amendment from the Supreme Court. But they will use that for fuel. But what I'm getting at here is they will, of course, naturally use that to fuel more gun control. But what's going on with the UPS thing is kind of creating a perfect storm scenario, if that makes sense. Because UPS has come out and said that they're going to start destroying product like guns that are in circulation. They'll no longer be able to deliver, like this M1A here. I had it shipped to an FFL by Springfield. Sent to an FFL, came directly from Springfield, but they had to use a delivery service to bring this firearm from point A to point B in the system. It didn't just magically appear at the FFL, as we all know. But I don't know who delivered it, but UPS has come out and said they're going to start destroying gun parts. Forget what they meant by gun parts. I think they meant like barrels and stuff. And they'll start stopping the delivery of firearms to distributors and FFLs, gun stores. And I don't think it covers ammo and gun parts like this red dot yet, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, I'm probably, well, if it does cover that, I'm kind of screwed in a way. And I'm getting to that too. The point is, now here you've got this mass shooting that happened on July 4th in Chicago. The government is kind of like on a hiatus. The House and Senate are in recess. They just recently had like the red flag law bullshit go through the Senate, and the Republicans voted on it. They had this other big mass shooting. They'll come back. When they come back into session, they're going to want to start talking about banning these outright. Semi-automatic rifles. Well, technically they don't want us to have any rifle at all, if you know what I mean. They don't even want you to have pellet guns. And now you've got UPS on top of all that saying, hey, you know, we're not going to be sending fire, like we're going to deny orders and deliveries of firearms to like FFLs, distributors, gun stores, stuff like that. And then I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it covers gun parts like slings, magazines, or red dots, lasers, flashlights, stuff like that. I don't know if it covers that yet. It might. Like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of time to read up on all that. But what I'm getting at is when the talks for gun control come back, and they will, you're going to start seeing panic buying again. And then when the panic buying starts, because people know less about the situation than I do. You know, they don't know that mass shooting happened in Chicago. They don't know UPS is going to start denying delivery of firearms and firearm parts to these companies that we buy from. So this is my prediction. I hope I'm wrong, but it's just been in the back of my mind all weekend. As you know, the holiday, the 4th of July, out blowing up stuff, shooting fireworks. It's just been in the back of my mind that kind of like the perfect storm scenario where they know that their gun control bullshit will start panic buying because people will go out and buy all the ammo and guns they can before they're banned. Type situation. Hypothetical. And then now you've got these gun stores that have been panic bought. People, you know, bought them dry. That's what I'm trying to say. And now that gun store, that place, that, you know, the FFL, now they can't get restocked because UPS isn't going to bring any more firearm deliveries from point A to point B. No more ammo. I don't know about ammo, ain't covered yet, but it might be. It never stops. Once the ball starts rolling down the hill, it don't stop. That's what I'm getting at. So now you're gonna have a lot of empty outlets, like the gun store down the street where I bought this red dot, or my sister bought her CZ75 PO1 Omega. You know, when that goes dry, you know, it basically there won't be no reason for me to go in there, and there won't be no reason for them to stay open. See what I'm getting at? What I'm trying to allude to? So that's going to hurt everything, because it's not only UPS that's doing it either. I seen there's this other YouTuber. He had a big old list of other companies that were jumping in on what UPS is doing. And mind you that they're all doing that at the behest of just 5 measly senators that were in the Senate. Just kind of suggested it to them. Oh, well, we'd be happy if you'd stop supplying these gun companies with firearms, these distributors, these FFLs, stop sending them firearms, deny orders, and then destroy product that's in transit, which I don't know how they're going to do that and get away with it, because, I mean, that stuff's already bought and paid for. I work for Amazon, as y'all know, as I've stated. Now, I don't do any delivery. I don't take no products from point A to point B. And then really, my facility where I work at, we're not shipping directly to customers anyway. We're shipping to other Amazon facilities. So the product will get further sorted through, and then from there it goes to the customer. But for the example that I'm using here, from my own experience being in that type of business now at a lesser degree, we do go through product. I've opened thousands of boxes since I started about this time last year. But if I got caught destroying product in there, my ass would be out the door, and my ass would probably be in jail, because that stuff's already bought and paid for. So I don't know what UPS is going on about. They're going to be destroying stuff that's already in the circulation. So it's like, what, they open up a box that has a Springfield Armory M1A in it, and they're just going to like take sledgehammers to it or throw it off a bridge into the river from out of the back of the UPS truck. So I don't know how they're going to legally cover. That just seems like a road to self-destruction in my book. But that's beyond the point. Well, is and isn't, if that makes sense. Point is, I can see the perfect storm, and part of me thinks them bastards and the government kind of see it too. And they're playing 4D chess to a degree here, using any opportunity they can to kick the hornet's nest, if you get what I mean. So now, like with the new gun control, that will definitely come out. You just wait, because they're not going to let that shooting in Chicago go. Even though there's mass shootings all the time in Chicago, this one's the one that they pay attention to. Kind of hypocritical on their end. All of them are bad. I'm not saying any of them are good, but they pick and choose which crisis to cry about. So they'll use that. They'll start wanting to actually outright ban these, because they weren't able to last time. That pissed them off. They had an assault weapons ban that they were going to talk about, going to try and pass, but they didn't get no traction. But this time, I don't know, they'll do like they did last time, where they'll have another bill go through and then throw some shit on it, and then oh there we go, our gun control. And now they've got, at the behest of 5 senators, UPS no longer supplying the gun stores and all that. And then I don't know how that will affect the business end, or the civilian end, I should say, not the corporate firearm end, like, you know, the industry, but how that will come back on, like, me, the consumer, you, the consumer, like, when it comes to parts. As simple as like this Vortex Venom here on my M1A. And the sling, although this came with the gun, but magazines. Because if they're going to stop distributing to firearm companies, like, say, like Bass Pro and Cabela's, they'll eventually stop delivering stuff like grips, for example, for a handgun, to me and you. That's coming. I could see it. That may already be what's covered and what they got going now. So that's going to be a bit of a bitch too, because now you can't buy upgrades for your gun. I mean, I've got my M70 here. My M70 Z-Pap. And that dude's tricked out. Got Burst 4 on it. Got a Surefire clone, M300B. Got an EOTech. Got rails, a foregrip, a Zentco muzzle brake, DTK. This dude's tricked out. Now, I could easily imagine if some bullshit goes down, and it will, but we don't know to what level, what extent yet, that we may not be able to customize our guns like this to this extent anymore. And they would most certainly, politicians would most certainly want us to not be able to trick out any firearm. Not just an AK, but your bolt actions, your shotguns, any of them. They want this right here, that EOTech, this laser and light, that muzzle brake, that's all, they hate that. And I was hoping to get my M70 Z-Pat, or not my M70 Z-Pat, my M1A Scout Squad up to the same level as my M70 over here. Put my M1A over here. So yes, we are in a pickle, or one that I can see a pickle starting. And I will say too, maybe not with any degree of confidence, but I will say that I did order 200 rounds of 5.56, and then UPS, I don't know if it was UPS or Midway USA, I can't remember which, but UPS was the one handling it. They took my order and they returned it to Midway. I can't remember. I've been more busy lately, so could be that they needed a signature, or they just, you know, fucking did it of their own free will. That's the part that's kind of, you know, got me confused. And that was just ammo. So that may have been a little bit of the creeping in of that bullshit, because I'm not 100% sure which it was, if they needed a signature or if they just decided, oh well, we're just going to refund your order and send it back to Midway. I don't know which of the two they did on their own. Point is, it's going to get pretty stupid before it gets any smarter. And that's kind of got me hesitant to buy upgrades for my M1A Scout Squad until I sit back and I learn more and hear what's going on. I don't know, because what would be the point, for example, buying another Purst if I know UPS or one of these other companies that got on the bandwagon of destroying product when it's in circulation or taking it back to the store, just refusing to send it out. What would be the point in me ordering another $600 Purst 4 if I knew it just wasn't going to get to me, you know? Or same with this, another Bulgarian smooth side 30 rounder, and I knew that the company sending it from point A to point B just ain't gonna give it to me because they don't like it. It's firearm related. See where I'm getting at? Just kind of just strange, very scary. I mean, the last 2 years, none of it's made any sense, and that's by design, may I add. But on the political end, firearm end of bullshit, it's getting very crazy. They don't want me to have this. They don't want you to have something like this, but they will certainly send billions of dollars worth over to the Taliban and our own U.S. military equipment that our troops use, like M16s, M4s, Abrams, Black Hawk helicopters, night vision. They'll send that to the Taliban without a second thought. It's completely fine for them to have it, but oh no AKs for me, no AKs for you, no ARs for you, no ARs for me, no attachments or upgrades, no slings, no sights. They don't even want you to have an airsoft gun, because UPS said even fake guns, airsoft guns, and imitation guns, you know, something that you just, like a deactivated BAR from World War II that you just put on your wall for display. They don't even want to, they're not even going to ship those now. So I don't know, we'll have to see where it all goes. Just figured I'd lay out my own foods for thought on this, on the whole situation. And I may not, I'm going to have to wait for the waters to settle, because I don't know how far the extent of all that bullshit goes. But I may lay off upgrading my M1A Scout Squad until I get confirmation that stuff that I order with my own money will make it from point A to point B and not get, you know, magically disappear in transit, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. I just have to wait and see, test the waters. I mean, I'll still be shooting my M1L. I'll still be shooting my AK, but I may halt upgrade purchases for a while until I see if what's covered and what ain't. At the end of the day, it's all bullshit. But that's the Let's Go brand in America. So, you know, bullshit rules the day. Well, anyway, guys, it's been Pliskin by 51mm. I've got 4th of July videos I need to upload. I'll try to upload them later tonight, but I'm killed. I've had a hell of a weekend, and I'll see where I go, but I will upload this video as soon as I get done filming. So anyway, guys, it's been Pliskin by 51mm. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.